I'm writing an 8,000 word short story by longhand for the very first time, and yeah, this is going to be trickier than I thought. My name is Dietrich Stagner. I'm an author with 3 published books, and after years of refining a writing routine that very much involves, well, like a keyboard, I've decided to try drafting an entire short story with pen and paper. I spoke a bit on an earlier video about why I'm doing this, but I thought today I'd talk a bit more about my approach because I am very much not a wing it and see what happens kind of guy. I tend to be very type A. I like to have a plan, set expectations. For example, during my normal writing routine, I'm usually able to reliably knock out between 1,800 and 2,200 words in a single day. But that's with my trusty keyboard. I have no idea how fast I can write longhand. So I decided to find out. I hopped on a call with fantasy and horror author Taylor Vaughn, and we came up with a plan for how to benchmark my approximate speed while writing with a pen and paper. We did 4 10-minute long writing sprints, 2 of them on the keyboard, 2 longhand. And to make things as even and as aligned as possible for each sprint, I was transcribing as much as I could from an early draft I did of this story with each session. So there were no pauses while I tried to figure out what comes next, no question of what I needed to write. And look, I knew there was no way I could match my typing speed with a pen and paper. I've been typing for years, and while I'm not the fastest, I have a pretty respectable speed. And indeed, the 2 10-minute sessions that had me clicky-clacking through my way through saw 580 words and 604 words, with the speed definitely picking up as I warmed up. The longhand, though?
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess high at 425. I have a lot of belief in you.
I'm going to say 150. Look, my pessimism notwithstanding, I didn't do quite as badly as I thought. The 2 longhand sessions were remarkably close in time, with the first 10-minute session yielding 221 words and the second 227, but that's less than 40% of my speed on the keyboard. In addition, there's zero question that writing by hand is using different muscles than I'm used to flexing, so I was definitely feeling a bit of discomfort in the side of my hand by the end of each session, so yeah. 2,000 words a day is probably a bit out of the question. Instead, I'm going to aim for a goal of 800 words a day over 5 sessions done per day. Remember, the benchmark was done by transcribing existing content, so the new draft is going to be completely original. I expect it to be a bit slower. With the expected length of this story being about 8,000 words, that will hopefully let me finish the book in 10 to 12 writing days. While the notebook's going to remain the same, I may experiment with some different pens to see if the grip and weight of various pens yields a better result. And if anyone has any suggestions for how to maximize comfort for long-term longhand sessions, please drop them in the comments below. Look, part of this goal was to see what would happen with my prose when I forced myself to take a breath and slow down. And based on the benchmark, that's definitely going to happen. So we will see what comes next. If you have questions on this process, such as the pens I'm using, the notebook, or how I'm calculating my word count, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And here's hoping each and every one of you writes something kind of weird today.